Okay, welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to I Love Kuduro. My name is Manuel Kanza, and we're back with more news, great stuff for you. We just had our guest of today. His name is Breezy. Breezy is a dancer, and I think he is also choreographer. But let's talk about his dance specifically, because and Breezy is not from Angola. So Breeze is a dancer that I met online. He actually reached out to me a few years ago, and I thought of inviting him on this episode so he can talk to us about his experience with Kuduro and Afro House. The reason why we have been picking dancers for these episodes so far until now is because dancers are the people that are usually extremely connected to not only the music but also the dance and the culture, because for some reason dancers always want to try and find a way to connect with such certain cultures. In this case, Kuduro and Afro House, which is a music genre and also a dance from Angola, it has caught a lot of attention outside of Angola. And we don't have many musicians that are not from Angola singing Kuduro. So, which is why it's much easier to reach out to people that are in the dance community to come and be part of these episodes. And not only dancers, also culture lovers in general. We have met many people, and we still have a lot of guests on our list to be part of this podcast, of this amazing show. So I have to say that it was a huge pleasure for me to present to you. It was a huge pleasure for me to present to you these wonderful guests, because they most of them haven't been to Angola, but they have loved the culture so much to the point that they took so much time to actually train for years, not only for months but for years, and actually make a living out of Kuduro and Afro House in a very good way, because some of them really take the time to actually learn the name of the moves, learn who invented the steps, and also actually reach out to those professionals coming out of Angola that usually go to Europe and teach. So this is why I've been reaching out to these specific, how can I say, specific people and dancers, because their opinion is really bright on this part of Kuduro and Afro House and how they can use for their professional use. And this is what we are going to be talking about with Mr. Breeze. And who better than him will be able to explain? Yeah, guys, now we're here with Breeze. I don't want to take much of his time. I want to take the opportunity to introduce to you guys Breeze. He's such a wonderful dancer. I know him for, I think it's 3 years now, bro, right? Three, I think three and a half,
I'm
maybe.
not even sure if it's longer.
Yeah, because I believe when we
It
first
might.
spoke was 2019. I
Really?
I think, yeah. So I just want to say thank you for accepting the invitation, and I'm really happy to have you here on the I Love Kuduro show.
Happy to be
And
here.
yeah, it's been a while. Sometimes we talk in the group chat, but we never really got the opportunity to talk again like this since we last took our classes together.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead with a few questions for you, Brice.
Mhm.
When was your first contact with Kuduro or Afro House? Which one of them did you get to learn first?
Afro House was first, but there's not that big of a difference. So I think it was 2015, 2016,
Okay.
somewhere around there. I think I first came in contact with Afro House music, and then from there I came in contact with the Afro House dance itself. I don't know if you know her, but I came in contact through Jenny from Belgium. That's through her that I came in contact with Afro House, and also through her I met up with Yansha. I met Yansha. I met Virgila, because Virgila was in France way back for a Kuduro workshop, and that's where everybody was there. Like Yansha was there,
Yeah.
Virgila was there. Also from Portugal, this woman,
You mean
Blaya,
Selma Moicana? Oh no, okay.
Blaya
Oh,
was there,
Blaya. Oh
and
yeah.
yeah, Blaya. And it's actually through them that I first really saw Kuduro, because Vrigla, he came straight from Angola, and he was at that time the first time seeing him doing Kuduro like as raw as he does it. I couldn't even believe, because it really felt like his bones were cracking and breaking everywhere. It's because I had, of course, I've had already like a few Kuduro basics, mostly everything from Dombolo,
Yeah,
but there was nothing compared to seeing Virgila go full out. It was crazy to see that. So yeah, 2015, 2016, something like that.
so that after that you kind of decided like, okay, let me try this. If it's gonna look great on me, like let me see which one looks best. Should I do Kuduro or Afro House? I think I might go for Afro House. How was it like deciding what to actually start to do?
Quite easy. No, I the choice was made quite quick, because as you know me, I'm a very chill guy,
Yeah.
kind of low energy.
Mm.
So the choice
But
for
not
Afro was,
really. Guys,
okay,
Breezy
yeah,
does battles. So
I do battles.
you do
No,
battles,
no,
bro.
it's true. It's true. I do battles, and when I battle, of course, I'm way more hype, way more energetic.
Yeah,
But Afro house music in general
yeah,
speaks more to me than Kuduro music.
yeah.
Kuduro music, once I'm in it, I'm in it. But it takes some time to get in there. That's my thing.
I
So
get
once
it.
I'm in Kuduro, let's go. I'll do crazy shit. I mean, I won't jump and do
Yeah.
kind of stuff. I get into the vibe.
Yeah,
I do some dombolo. I do everything, no problem. But it takes a lot of energy of me.
exactly. And where are you based? Are you from France, Holland? Where
I live
exactly?
in Belgium. I live in
Okay,
Belgium. I think it's pretty known, but for those who don't know, it's a little country next to France and also next to Netherlands. So you have France here, Netherlands here. Belgium is just right there. It's
perfect. So
not that big.
perfect. So when you do battles, you take some time, you travel. How is it like preparing to do events? Like, how is your preparation process? Because I know some
My
people they will just train with other people, listen to a bunch of music,
mhm.
and then they go. How is it like for you?
My way of training have been more focused on the steps. So the last few years, so I've just trained on just understanding the steps, making sure the steps are in my body. And then when I'm at a battle, until recently, I've never really prepared for a battle. Like, okay, let me have this combo ready.
Really?
It's always no. I've
Honestly,
really
I thought that maybe you prepare something like, okay, let me
no.
take a couple of combos, like 5 blocks of combos. I'm just gonna drop
I
as a
don't.
response.
It's only since last year that I'm starting to really have clear combos. Before that, it was just me and the music. Whatever the music gives me, that's whatever I'm going to give. Of course, I have my variations of steps, of course. So
Yeah,
I can always use variations and levels,
y-
energy,
yeah,
and then just my own approach, trying to cut cut every step and mix them together.
yeah,
That's what I normally do. But I've never had like real like sets prepared, or like, okay, I can do this, and then boom, I
yeah.
drop down. No, it's just whatever happens. It's always been my approach. So yeah. I've just trained a lot on understanding the music and
Mm-hmm.
understanding the steps and seeing how I can do them. And so whenever the music comes up, I'm always able to dance while without having to prepare something.
Wow, nice. That means when you explain that way to me, it reminds me of people that usually do battles in other styles like hip hop. They kind of already have
Mm,
that in their blood. So it's like I'm just gonna go. Whatever happens, happens. Like if the guy does something, I'm gonna respond with his move differently. Like I'm just gonna try and see
yeah.
depending on the beat, because you never know if the DJ is gonna put a slow Afro beats or fast Afro
Mm,
house. Yeah, so you just go by the by instinct.
by
Yeah,
instinct. That's it. Yeah.
exactly. And last questions on the battle. Last question. Um, who who is like the toughest competitor you've been against since you did your battles? Who was like, wow, this guy is really good. I need to train. Like, who?
I've been if I stay in the Afro dance scene,
Yeah,
it's definitely Baro. Don't know if
who?
you know Baro. Baro.
Baro? Who is
He's
it? Where is he
yeah,
from?
but he lives in France, but he's from Gabon, and he has his dance style jazzy that he
Okay,
does. So it will be either Baro or Ordinateur.
okay,
Haven't danced against Ordinateur yet.
yeah,
He's a coupé décalé dancer.
yeah.
Um, but one of those two, I've I've seen them dance. I've danced against Baro once, and it's
Yeah,
just
he's a monster.
he's a monster because both of them are monsters because they
Yeah,
kill you
yeah,
without effort,
yeah,
basically.
effortless. Yeah,
Because you lose and you still feel like he hasn't shown everything,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's the thing.
yeah,
If you feel like okay, I just lost, but
yeah.
again, Ordinateur, he's like he's like one of the creators of Coupé Décalé. I
Nice.
mean, he's so advanced, and Baro, he's been doing this for years. So yeah,
Yeah,
but definitely those two. I have others, but Baro is definitely because I lost one time against him, and I still haven't forgotten that the one time. So
nice, nice.
definitely Baro.
If you ask me, so I've also started doing battles when I
Mm-hmm.
was beginning, and that's how I actually started to go into a dance thing because I was first doing battles, and I never really got into preparing myself to do battles. I would just go by instinct, and the more battles I did, the better I got. And one of the things that I used to do every
Mm-hmm.
time I'm about to go to battle is try to remember the things that I know best. For example, if I know three moves, I will try to do variation of those three moves along the way. If I end up like sometimes you might block, like the music
Yeah.
starts and you got to respond, the clock is ticking, everybody's looking. And if you're dancing, no one is screaming, you feel like, damn, I'm not engaging with the people. There's so million things
Mm.
going through your mind at that time. But I think ever since I started doing battles, I only lost one because
Really?
yeah, I did many, many battles. I only lost one. I don't usually lose in battles. But
Okay, okay, Manuel. Okay.
yeah, I'm
I don't
just being
usually lose in
honest.
battles.
Just being honest. And I remember one time I lost a battle. I people were saying, "Oh, you won, Manuel," but I was like, "No, no, 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 no. He won," because
Mm,
the guy was very creative. It
mm.
was a hip hop battle. He was very creative. He did different styles throughout the dance. It was an all style. He did breaking. He jumped. He
Okay.
did all
Yeah.
levels. And I felt like that was the next thing I needed to work on my levels and actually be a little bit more. It's never, sometimes you might win battle. I didn't used to feel like, okay, I'm happy. Only my friends were happy for me, but I was like, I think
Mm,
I should have done a little bit more. But one of the reasons why I also never lost so much in battles is I never put myself in a position where I'm gonna do a battle and I know I'm gonna lose. I only go. I see the type of battles that I'm about to do, and I really pay attention to what is needed. Like, you never know who's coming, right? You never know who's going to
that's
participate.
what I was about to ask.
Yeah, you never know. But the thing is, if they say all style, for example, you go there for all style, you can't be convinced that you're going to win in all style because you never know what that person is going to do. But if they say, okay, Kuduro dance, okay, it's very specific. There you will know, okay, I'm going to do Kuduro. Whatever this guy is going to do, I'm going to use it against him. So what you get to do, like, you play with your opponent, and instead of you worrying about doing the best moves, just play with him and then play with the crowd.
That's because I had a question about that. When you said you've done a lot of battles, thought you were mostly talking about Kuduro battles. Recently, I think 2018, 2019 or something, I mean, it may be even 2020, there was this Afro House Kuduro battle in France, in Paris, by Stana. And so I participated, and it was very interesting to see how the approach is in a real Kuduro battle.
Oh, nice.
Because it's not about variations. It's not about how much you know, how many steps you know. It's really about entertaining the crowd.
Exactly.
I feel like you can win if you fall down 4 or 5 times and then just stay on yoga, but your face is on point. You can win just with that. And that was the thing that got me fucked up at that point, because I was dancing against I forgot his name, but he's also a guy from
He's
Angola.
very playful,
been doing his thing. And he wasn't doing but the attitude, the energy was way higher than me.
Exactly.
And he easily won. He easily won against me, and I was like, okay, I didn't see it coming.
Exactly. So this is a funny story I'm gonna tell you before we jump to last section of our interview. I was in Brazil in 2014, and I was in an event. It was 2013, I believe. I was in an event called Rio H2K, Rio H2K, and there were a lot of choreographers coming from around the world. Like, I think, who was there? The Twins was there, Sean Evaristo, Wild Beast, all those popular choreographers. They were exactly, and I was there. I was summoned to choreograph and do a workshop in Kuduro, and then there was the after party. And as we know, in the after party, the Twins are always challenging people. And this lady called Amy Sakada, by the time she was Negin's girlfriend, and the b-boy, and then she was there, and she took my class, and she knew who I am. Like, we came from Angola, we were in Rio de Janeiro. She pushed me in the middle against the Twins, and the DJs were playing, like, I think it was Afrobeat. And then when I went in, you're already in. So I think it was Larry was doing something to Afro that was like, I don't think they knew much about Afro at that time. I think now they kind of know.
Basic Afro, yeah.
Exactly. So I think then he started to dance, and then I responded with Kuduro, and the crowd were going crazy because I was dancing with a lot of energy, the way we danced. And then Laurent came to Larry, and he pushed him like off from the cycle, like, it kind of like signal him like, don't do it. So, and then people were like, oh, this guy, it wasn't even a battle thing. It was just, just to have fun. But people there in the crowd, in the show, they were saying the Angolan won. But I was like, yo, we're just having fun. Then I went to them because I realized he pushed his brother. I went to him and say, hey, thank you so much for dancing with me. And I was just trying to be humble. And then I said, this dance I was doing is Kuduro. They say, yeah, we know Afro. We know Afro. I said, okay, I was just trying to introduce to you what exactly I was doing. So, yeah, and ever since that time, I felt like I after 2014 or 15, Afro dance started to like just rising a lot, you know, like going to the top, and everyone is now trying to do, especially like after the Wakanda movie came out, the first one, it just blew up. And I see that now most people are getting into the Afro and African dance, which is good. But I just hope that people don't forget, like, there are many styles that you can choose to take. For example, I'm not very good, I would say, if I do a battle Afro house, I won't be confident that I'm going to win if I stick to Afro house, how can I say, category, like techniques. But if I do Kuduro, I'm more confident. So
that's the same thing. Like you can, no, I find that interesting because you can enter Afro House and add some Kuduro elements in it.
Yes, you can do that.
So,
but the thing is, Kuduro is like 140 BPMs. If we were to if the battle is very strict about the music genre and the way that you're gonna present, you need to stick to that, not just the speed, but the technique as well. So this is why I'm calling this out. Like, we are all dancing, right? But we are forgetting few things that we need to like pay attention to when we're gonna dance, the type of music. And this is the next session we're going on our interview. Like, what is the difference between a Kuduro music and Afro house music? You see that, because the confusion begins there. People don't know what is Kuduro, what is Afro house. Like, I don't know what is Afro house music.
At this point, I don't know either, because I've been thinking this for a while now, but I feel like over the last few years, Afro house music have started to take elements from Kuduro music in the music. Knowing that when I came into Afro House 2015, it was still the era of a little bit Fabio dance, a little bit Moicanos. So you still had that. You still had the Afro House with that groove in it. Even the steps, abrir, otok, la vena, chill steps, party steps. Then I just saw it evolve. You get stuff like yoga, stuff like suko. Now, then the thing with the boobs. Then you have everything is way more harder, way more stronger. For me, it feels like the hardness from Kuduro has been taken in Afro House now, and it's still Afro House, but it also feels Kuduro to me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
In a sense, when I listen to the music now, whatever, if you go Pluto M, whatever, DJ Malvado, every song that you hear now, Neri Pro, every song that you hear now that's coming out, even the La Bazzi one, that's now has been hella popular.
Yeah.
You feel the groove, but you still feel the hardness, the techno kind of background from Kuduro. So I don't really know.
Exactly.
What's the difference at this point?
Exactly. I was talking in the third person, like, I don't really know what Kuduro or Afro House is. If we don't understand the evolution, like just like you explained, you actually right now, you just explained the difference between Kuduro and Afro House. Just with that breakdown you did. Most people can't see that difference because some people are getting into it now. You need to go back, because when Akuluwo came in 2008, and then all those beats from 2009, 2010, those genres of beats were very similar to the one you would hear from South Africa, because at that time, Angolans were inspired by the music from South Africa, and they were creating from that line, because that was very slow from the Kuduro that we used to. Now, at this moment, if you hear Afro House sound, even me as an Angolan, I will have a hard time to say, is this Kuduro? Is this Afro House? I'm confused. Sometimes when I hear like Preto Show music and the Skroki Kuya, I have to listen very carefully to decide if this is Afro House or Kuduro, because it's now at the same speed, almost at the same speed as Kuduro, and also the beat is way too powerful for the previous Afro house genre. So it means that now it's becoming full circle. Like everything is going back to where it started, but differently. So because of that, also the dancing is changing. Now we don't do much abri, we don't do much of talking because there was a very slow moves. Now we're doing moves very fast. Yeah, like if you see Cavalo Maluco and all those sequences, they are much faster than the time when we did abri, fechao, talking. Yeah, so it's nice to hear you talk about that because you are a very smart dancer, and when I see you dance, when I look at you dance and your footwork, it reminds me of house dance sometimes. I don't know if you have a background in house dance or
That
hip hop.
is that is my background. I still do it, house and hip hop and all different other styles also. And
Yeah,
maybe that's also why my approach to battles is different.
yeah,
But yeah, coming from my very first love, house, coming into Afro house, it was easier for me because
yeah.
the footwork was easier to understand. It was just the energy and the positions that were a bit tough, but
Nice, nice.
for me it was
That's
easier. And now I can combine both of them whenever I'm really just dancing or whatever. So
Have you, wow. Yeah, I saw, yeah, when you used to send me the videos, I would pay attention to your foot, the way you transfer your weight between the footwork. And even now, when I see your videos, you are very smooth on the footwork, but
thank
but
you.
musicality
Thank
on
you.
point. That's good. Um, and I'm very happy, just to see how far you have come. Like when I met you, you were good, but now when I see your videos, you are in a different level. I feel like you are constantly training and creating, and I hope you keep doing that. And I think I would like to ask you, like, is there a particular DJ or Afro house musician that you follow at this moment that you would say is the main DJ or the main musician that you like the beats that makes you want to dance right now? Is there one or two?
There's many. There's many. It really okay. So it really depends because if I stay into Afro house,
Yeah,
I think DJs as let me check real quick.
yeah.
I
Right
haven't
now,
sound.
DJ Vado
I haven't.
Poste, DJ Nelasta, they're one of the DJs that are playing a lot here. People sometimes reference them like, oh, he's my best. Or some people say like, oh, Kuduro. I'll go with the old school from Malvado. I love Malvado. Others will say DJ Jeff. But I feel like DJ
Mm,
Jeff is going very.
for me, he's more Afro DJ Jeff. But again, I wasn't there when he started doing Kuduro. So
Yeah, he is, but his Afro house is almost like a black coffee kind of in
mhm.
that, yeah. And I feel like
I would
DJ,
say
yeah, the other ones. So which one is your
I would
current?
say for me, when I speak about Afro house, I'm very into Lilo Cox, DJ Danny Fox. Vanny Fox is a big one. So they kind of have the same vibe, but Danny Fox is way more chill.
Okay.
And depending on my vibe, like Puto Preto,
Puto Prata,
Habias, Puto Prata,
Rabias.
Habias. And then when I'm talking about Kuduro, since I don't know much about the new artists right now who are doing still Kuduro,
Yeah,
whatever you can still call Kuduro.
yeah.
If I'm teaching something about Kuduro, I like to go to Bruno M. I've recently discovered them because that
Wow,
way
it's
you
it's
still
amazing you speak of Bruno M because many people that I spoke to in the previous episodes, not only but also throughout, like, just my whole, one moment, sorry about that. Like, it's very rare to hear people talk about Bruno M, and he's like one of the iconic musicians when it comes to Kuduro because he changed. Kuduro used to be like, you just call the name of the move. You would say like 3 words for the whole song. But Bruno M, he brought lyrics, he brought rhymes, he brought,
Okay.
yeah. So he was like how can I say, like he was our, I don't know, our Kuduro rapper, someone would like our Eminem. So, and people are very upset because he stepped back from,
Oh,
yeah.
just like
Uh,
that.
sorry?
Just like that, he
Yeah,
stopped.
sometimes you would see someone with a lot of potential, but maybe he does it for fun, but it's not like
Mm,
it's not really his thing. But the
yeah, no,
talent is
no,
there.
definitely. No, I like his music
Yeah,
because for me, you still hear the old school Kuduro. So it's
yeah,
perfect to use it as a training. It's perfect to use it to teach to people,
yeah.
because that way they understand. Okay, this is Kuduro. And then if I go to Preto Show or I go as an Ingon Block is really popular right
Oh,
now.
yeah, those
If then
guys.
if I go there, they'll hear the difference. Even
Yeah,
if I put something African drums, like that's these more chill down Studio Bros, for example.
yeah,
That way people understand difference coming first away from Bruno M, Studio Bros,
yeah,
and then go into Ingon Block. You can hear like the difference. Okay, this is Kuduro, this is the Nafros, this is
exactly.
a mixture. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's a bit all the place. But
yeah.
I try to have a lot of different artists.
Okay. Yeah, so, oh wow, our time is up. We finally just reached our limit. So I want to thank you, Mr. Breeze, for taking your time. Let us know a little bit about you. It was really great.
Thank
Um,
you for
uh,
asking me again.
it's a huge pleasure, bro. I hope that we someday get to meet. I think I met most of the people already on our group chat.
Yeah,
Hopefully, someday you get to
it's
come to
it's
Angola.
real. Before I'm 35, I'll go. I'll make sure to pass by because I
Oh,
have
really?
to. I do
Okay.
have to.
You do that. Right, my bro. Thank you so much, Breezy. I'll see you on the
Thank you
next
too,
one.
man.
God bless. Take care. And I'll see you, my
You
brother.
too. Ciao.
Ciao. So I hope that you get to know a little bit more about Mr. Breeze and also get to know a little bit about his experience with Kuduro, which I think is extremely amazing. What I have to say is that Kuduro is a dance that it's well known by its name, but not exactly by how it's danced. So this is something that most people don't realize. Like here in Angola, we have no much idea of how big the Afro House title is in comparison to Kuduro. People do see Kuduro, but some people still seem it very difficult to distinguish what are the levels of Kuduro, like the different ways of doing Kuduro, which I think it's fascinating that now our Afro house music and the Kuduro music are kind of sounding the same. Before, the Afro house genre was a little bit slower, more drum like, more traditional like, but now it's more kind of a modern, going like back to its roots when Kuduro started, like, let's just say after 1999. This was the speed. The actual speed that we have for Afro House now is the actual speed we had for Kuduro before it got to how it is right now. Kuduro has gone through a very fast changes from the 90s to 2000s, and now on recent times, it has gone through changes a lot. It has gone through changes a lot, and it's interesting to see that how the music changed and the dance has changed as well. But in terms of dance, the dance Kuduro itself hasn't really been touched a lot because I feel when I see it, it feels almost as if the dance is not really growing as fast as the music is. There has to be a reason for that, and the huge reason for that is the appearance of Afro house in the music industry in Angola, because this genre has changed the way people dance Kuduro nowadays, and people are more invested in Afro house rather than in Kuduro. So this is why we always bring to you some of the episodes presented by Mauro, so that you can see what we are talking about, because it's much easier to show you than actually to explain to you. So I hope that you enjoy this next content.
Faz favor, faz favor, faz favor, faz favor. Como é que é? Como é que é? Boa tarde, bom dia. Estão bem?
Graças a Deus, sim.
Por favor, se apresentem.
Boa tarde aí em casa, Agnaldo Ricardo é meu nome.
Ok, quem são ou seja, de onde surgiu o nome duplo impacto? Há quanto tempo existe o duplo impacto? Apresentem aí a vossa biografia. Gostaria que, por favor, apresentem a vossa biografia lá em casa, para o pessoal lá em casa vos conhecer mais. Quem vai falar pelo grupo?
Bem, a duplo impacto está formada a caminho de um mês e nos unimos do nada, porque nós somos bons amigos e nos conhecemos muito bem, conhecemos os nossos potenciais, então decidimos nos unir e formar o duplo impacto.
Ok, duplo impacto, desculpa. Deixem as vossas redes sociais, os vossos contatos, para a pessoa lá em casa, quando quiser o vosso trabalho, contactarem.
Sigam o meu Instagram, que é _Marília Bendinha, TikTok Marília Bendinha.
Meu Facebook, Agnaldo Ricardo, Instagram, Agui_Ricardo, TikTok, mesma coisa.
Ok, agora é o momento de fazer aquilo que vocês sabem fazer melhor. Mas antes disso, querem deixar querem falar mais alguma coisa que vocês podiam falar? Querem falar mais? Tipo, deixar um abraço lá em casa, um beijinho. Ok, agora é o momento da atuação com a duplo impacto no palco.
Chega na batida, vai! Arrebenta mais
All right, welcome back, and I hope that you enjoyed the content that we presented to you, and I hope you continue following our work here on I Love Kuduro, because we have so much to share with you, and we are also, kind of balancing time. We don't want to overwhelm you with so much information, but at the same time kind of keep you here with us, because on the next episodes, we're actually going to talk with more guests, and we're going to take it to France. Yeah, now we're going to take it to France as well. We're trying to reach out to every region, like Argentina, Australia, Canada. We want to talk to all our guests living in those regions. So I'll see you next time, because I Love Kuduro loves you. My name is Manuel Kanza, all the way from Angola, and I'll see you on the next.